I'm back one more time. And I'm here to talk to you about Batman Ninja, the new animated movie released by DC, collabed with a couple of artists and writers from Japan. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best out of all of the animated movies I've seen, but it was very good. It was very good. I mean, there were some holes in the stories or some parts of the story that didn't make sense to me. Like it was this part where the Batmobile had got destroyed, and they're in a land of no technology. But what confused me about the movie is if you're in a land of no technology, how are you building Megazords? If you get what I'm saying, like they're building Megazords. They're literally building Megazords in this movie. And how are you building that without, like, if you're building a Megazord, Batman should have been able to make the bat suit, or the Iron Bat suit, or rebuild his um Batmobile. But let's get into the story. First off, we gonna say the art was amazing. It could have been better in some parts, but the art was amazing. They have amazing scenes where they transfer from one art style to a different one. It's like black and white to color, then it's watercolor, then fade. Like, it's just dope how they edit some of the uh uh scenes, the coloring, the animation. I love how they kept the Joker was more Joker than I've ever seen him before. Like, he went all out. I Kudos to the Joker. One of the best parts of this movie is the Joker. Had me on pins and needles the whole movie. When I say pins and needles, it wasn't like more so. I'm not sure if he's. I'm not. I think he's gonna win. It was more so of pins and needles. Like, he was as calculated as Batman. I'm glad to see somebody finally realize. Well, not he's not the first person, but they made you realize in a different sense that Joker's not stupid. He's as smart as Batman is, and that's why but he's crazy. That's why he is his number one villain. Like, the man destroyed the Batmobile, Batwing, and Batcycle in a fluid process that he like planned out. He's like an insane evil Jack Sparrow. Like, he just planned shit out on the flip, and it was just really dope to see that. Gorilla God wasn't really in the movie. He was basically Gorilla Grodd, the same old, nothing different, nothing new from him. It was amazing and wonderful for the first time to see all of the sons of Batman in one place. Damian Wayne wasn't Damian Wayne. I don't know who he was, but he wasn't Damian Wayne. I'm gonna just say that his attitude, the way he talked to monkeys. I have no problem with that. I do have a problem with him not calling his Batman father. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't call him Bruce, and he doesn't call him dad. He calls him father. Kind of upset he didn't do that. The dynamic between Nightwing and Batman wasn't really there. There wasn't even enough fighting. Out of all his sons, they made Red Hood look the stupidest. Like, are you serious? The best thing you could come up with for Red Hood is for him to basically put a red vase with slits in it on his face. It's basically a vase turned upside down on a man's head, bro. It is terrible. They could have did some. They could have put a bandana on his face. Even like, if we're back in the times, even Batman got a new, like, you know what I'm saying, like one of those masks, cosplay mask or whatever of Batman that you can get at Walmart or whatever, where there's no back, you just string it on. You could have gave Red Hood one of those, just the red version without ears. I didn't understand why the man looks so bad, bro. Like, I was so hurt that they did Red Hood like that. That was just unbelievably. I ain't gonna lie. Well, let's get past that. Nightwing and Red Hood looked the dopest. They were clean, the outfits, the hairstyles. I just wish they actually had more screen time and more action fighting. I love the dynamic they gave Jason Todd with the whole Joker's good now. That was amazing. That was amazing. That was the best thing I've ever seen. But I'm kind of angry about that too, because there was no conflict with Jason and Batman about that situation. If that had happened, Jason would have been furious. He would have fought the whole family trying to get to Batman just because, like, I told you this was him, and I told you he didn't change, but you didn't never want to listen to me. So I felt like that should have been something that should have been addressed. Whether you have time or not, family always finds the time to argue, and that's what I feel like should have happened. Even in the Bat family, they're gonna argue, fuss, and fight. Um, but it just gave me a dynamic of what it could be if they did have a Sons of Batman movie, a Bad Batman, all the sons getting together, all the different personalities and dynamics. Red Robin being the best detective, Nightwing being the best overall superhero, Jason Todd being the most street smart. I would give him, he's the more street smart than anyone else. I mean, heck, he took over Gotham's underworld in what, 2-3 days. And Damian Wayne, the most lethal and best fighter out of all of them. That would be a dope dynamic, because none of them are going to back down. Dick Grayson is more so a peacemaker. He will try to get them to understand and compromise with them. Jason Todd doesn't care at all. When I say he doesn't care, I mean, like, he's going to say what he's going to say. He's going to feel how he's going to feel, and what you do about it is up to you. Red Robin likes to think before he acts, and then you got Damian Wayne, who's kind of like his father and his grandfather. He's has all the attributes of Bruce Wayne. He's smart, great detective, very skilled fighter, but he is cocky, more cocky than any other Robin has ever been in the history of Robins. When I say that, I mean, like, watch Justice League versus Teen Titans. He takes on Blue Beetle without assessing the full scale of the Scarab's ability. He fought Dick Grayson just for showing up, and stopping him from not killing somebody, for not cutting somebody's heart out. Like, that's the type of aggression and arrogance that he has. But I mean, it'd be dope. It could be like a little scene where Terry comes back from the future. Dang, Terry would never. That's crazy. Terry would never get to hang out with him. But the best thing I've ever seen was what Terry get beat up by his big brother, Damian Wayne. Oh man, it was a lot of things that could have went right with the movie that didn't. The Catwoman Batman story. I'm sorry, y'all. I know a lot of people like the whole Catwoman Batman thing. I don't. I really don't. I just don't like it. I just like the fact. I just like me personally. I'm a Wonder Woman Batman kind of person. Why? Because I feel like it's the same dynamic with Superman. He's all powerful. So finding a woman right for him, he has to find a woman that will challenge him and, like, challenge his mind. You know what I'm saying? In his emotions, because you can't challenge him physically. And that's why I always felt like Lois was a good match for him. She understood his emotions and his feelings better than she understood herself. And the whole dynamic between Batman and Wonder Woman is she's physically stronger than him, yes, but he's mentally miles ahead of her. Like, there's nothing that a woman loves more than a man that can teach her something. And Batman could teach Wonder Woman a lot of things, even combat. She might be a warrior, but she learned that from Amazon back in the day. That's like freaking Captain America waking up and thinking he's about to whoop Bruce Lee ass. No. But what I'm saying is that he could teach her a lot of things. He could show her a lot of things, whether it be technology, martial arts, detective skills. And he has even beaten her on a couple of occasions, and without even, you know what I'm saying? There's one time where he beat her without even fighting her. He just dosed her with some magic, because he knows that she's the type of person that will fight until she can't fight anymore. She was basically imagining that she was fighting the same person over and over again. Basically, he put her in a mental loop. It was crazy. But it wasn't really one. It was crazy. It was dope. But, man, there were so many ins and outs to this movie, dude. It made me excited, happy, and hurt to be a Batman fan. All in the same, like, thing. Like, you got Deathstroke, who didn't do nothing. Like, you got You got Two-Face who didn't do nothing. You got Penguin who didn't do nothing. All they did in this movie really was make Megazords from Power Rangers, bro. Like they made basically they made individual castles or mansions, whatever you want to call them. Then they weaponized them by making them transform. Like, yes, the house transforms like a transformer into a robot. How is that possible if you're in feudal Japan and the Batmobile and his technology doesn't work? Understanding you can get it to work, you can build a dam, you can do this, and that, and the third. But the fact is, how did you build a whole freaking robot that works without doing any of that? Overall, it was a good watch. You know what I'm saying? It kept me entertained for the most part. Like I'm saying, but the art is one thing that is very beautiful about it. Please just check out the art styles and the visuals throughout the movie. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. Check it out. Leave your comments, but don't let me know what you thought about Batman Ninja. Let me know what you think about it. How you feel, ins and outs. If I'm wrong about it, let me know. It's your boy Aqua Jet hollering at you. Yeah, dig.